Johnson with Mudson Music, and we're going to talk about how you play a song called Waiting for a Long Time by the Highwaymen. And it starts out with this cool intro actually around a G major chord. And when you play G major, there's a couple different ways you may want to kind of approach this. You can do first finger on the A 2nd fret, second finger on the low E 3rd fret, third finger on the high E 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major and it sounds really, really happy. You may also want to kind of think about putting the third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd for a G major chord. Or, yeah, you can kind of switch fingers here and kind of go second finger on the A 2nd, third finger on the low E 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. A traditional Mel chord book picture there for G major. But what that does is it kind of frees you up to kind of put your first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G suspended chord, which can be very, very cool. And you'll kind of hear that alternate between the G and the G sus2 actually for most of the G chords through the song. Now there's a couple different strumming options you may want to think about for that intro too. You could kind of work just a down idea, and you may kind of gravitate towards kind of a 4 down on each chord, kind of G2, 3, 4, G sus, G sus, depending on how fast you are at kind of working it through the tune and where you're kind of feeling the beat. So it's kind of a 4 beat on each chord. Now you could also kind of work a strum pattern, and one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the G and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Now, depending on your speed, though, you may want to kind of adjust that. You could do kind of a half on each chord if you're not quite, it's really fast anyway. So you could do kind of a down, down, up on each chord if that kind of works for you. And kind of keep up with the tempo of the tune. So just kind of doing it down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. Or if you're quick enough, you can kind of get that whole pattern in. And you may even want to adjust it through the tune, actually. Kind of a down, up, down, up, down, up can be very cool too. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Or you might want to try and hammer on into that chord. That can be very cool too. Kind of playing the G, or just the third finger and the fourth finger, to kind of hammer on into that G sus chord could be kind of a cool option too. So you want to kind of alternate even between those ideas, actually through the tune would be very cool. But down, hammer on down, up, down, kind of digging on that for the G. And then from there, then we go into our main verse chorus form. And we start off on the G major, and you may want to kind of use that G sus lick through it. And then we go to a C major chord, and we play C major. First finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D 2nd fret, and third finger on the A string 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord and it sounds really happy. Now, normally on C's, you can lift off the first finger and make that a C major 7 if you dig on that sound. Or you could add in the pinky on the B string 3rd fret for C major 9. Or another way to play C major 9 would be doing first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the A 3rd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of working that for a C major 9, which might make that change from the G to the C a little bit easier to kind of dig on that other 4-finger G chord. Or you could kind of use a C, and you may want to kind of take the pinky and kind of add him in on the G string 3rd fret and make that a C7. Actually, that could be kind of a cool idea, actually, while you're on repeated Cs, to kind of alternate between the C and the C7. Or even do little bits of it, or do pull-offs with the pinky. Can be kind of cool too. And then from there, then we almost kind of repeat that idea back to our G's, and then back to our C, and then back to our G, and then we go back to our C 4 times, and then we do our G 4 times. And then there's this cool little hit to an E flat major chord. There's a couple different ways you could kind of work this for an E flat. One really easy way, actually, if you're just starting out and kind of dig on smaller chords, is you can do first finger on the G 3rd fret, second finger on the high E 3rd fret, third finger on the B string 4th fret, and if you strum just the G, B, and E, it sounds an E flat major chord. So it looks like a D major chord shape if you're kind of familiar with a D, but it's over one more fret. So now you got 3rd fret, 4th fret. Or you could kind of work this as a bar chord, or a power chord even, by doing first finger on the A 6th fret, third finger on the D 8th fret, kind of strumming just the A string and the D string to kind of get an A5 power chord. Or you could do it as a full bar by doing first finger across the entire 6th fret, third finger over the D, G, and B strings. Kind of work that for your E flat major. So you may want to kind of play around with that a little bit. And then from the E flat, we go into a B flat major chord. And you could kind of work this as a small shape if you kind of dig on small shapes by doing first finger on the high E first fret, third finger on the G third fret, pinky on the high E on the B string third fret. And kind of working just the D, G, B, and E for the B flat. Or you could use a B flat 5 power chord. Actually, there's a couple different places you could do this. You could do it first finger on the A string first fret, third finger on the D string third fret, kind of working that power chord shape we were doing from 6 and 8, but now back on first fret. And randomly, if there's if you kind of dig on using power chords and you want to kind of keep it closer to the neck, you could do an E flat 5 by doing first finger on the D first fret, third finger on the G third fret. If you kind of dig that, actually, that might make it a little bit easier. You're going from the E flat 5 to the B flat 5, kind of going to thicker strings. And then, or another way to play B flat major, you could do it as a bar from first fret, first finger bars, third finger over the D, G, and B strings, kind of working that bar shape we were doing from 6th fret. Or if you're digging the higher up the neck bar chord for the E flat, you might want to use a B flat major from 6th fret as a bar, second finger on the G7, third finger on the A8, pinky on the D8, kind of work that for your B flat major chord. And then from the B flat, we'll be going to an F major chord. And you could do this as a power chord too. You could do first finger on the low E first fret, third finger on the A string on the third fret, kind of strum just the E and the A string for an F5 power chord. So that might be kind of a really cool option, is to kind of do the power chord from the D string, power chord from the A string for the B flat, power chord from the low E for the F. If you kind of dig on kind of keeping it low but heavy. Or you could use a full bar F major by doing first finger across the entire first fret, second finger on the G second fret, third finger on the A third fret, pinky on the D third fret. And if you strum all those together, the beautiful sounds of F major. Now, randomly, another cool option here, especially on this particular chord, is to make it an F7. So you could kind of pick off the pinky and kind of make that an F7 bar, or you may want to kind of add in the pinky on the B string on the 4th fret, kind of work that for your F7, kind of dig on that. So that's another option through that. And through that part, actually, we kind of end up with our E flat, and then our B flat, and then we kind of do our F, and then we do a big hit. And you could do that if you're quick enough with kind of the full strum pattern, but just to try it through that whole verse chorus with kind of just the down up if you're just starting out might be a good option. So you'd have kind of that G, Jesus, and then C, G, Jesus, G, Jesus, G, Jesus, C, from there, then we go back into kind of a little piece of our intro as kind of like our chorus tag, kind of G, Jesus, G, Jesus. Now, if you're quick enough, though, you can get that whole strum pattern in on each chord. So we try to through that intro return that way. You'd have that G down, up, down, Jesus, G, Jesus. I'm kind of going full speed there, it's a demonstration, but if you're quick enough, keep up with me. Or if we try that through that whole verse form that way, you'd have the G, Jesus, C. Intro forms of that. G, Jesus, G, Jesus. Or Or something else that I like to add to a song like this too is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you can throw in a bass for the chord. So on the G, you'd have the low E for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the E flat bar, you'd have the A for the bass. On the B flat bar, you'd have low E for the bass if you're doing the 6th fret bar, A string if you're doing the A string bar, the 1st fret bar. And then for the F, you'd have the low E string for your bass, like kind of your F chord. So we could even work that as kind of just that bass down up, just to kind of try that. And then you have the G, Jesus, G, Jesus. And we tried that through that verse chorus form. We'd have the G, Jesus, C, C, G, Jesus, G, Jesus, G, Jesus, C, C, G, Jesus, G, Jesus, C, 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 G, Jesus, Jesus, E flat, B flat, F hit. And then from there, we're going back into kind of our intro verse form. Now if you're fast enough, actually, you can kind of get that whole pattern in there, kind of like G, or actually what can feel really good too, it's kind of a bass down, up, down, up. And sometimes that can kind of help the speed too. G, Jesus, G, Jesus. That idea and kind of tried it through our verse chorus form. We have the G, Jesus, C, C, G, Jesus, G, Jesus, G, Jesus, C, C, G, Jesus, G, Jesus, C, C. Back into kind of that G, Jesus, G, Jesus. Now, for the tune though, we'll actually kind of end up repeating that verse, chorus form, intro form twice, and then we go into a solo part. So we kept that going through the solo part. It's kind of like a little abbreviation actually of our verse chorus. So never sing, sing. Or if you want to mix it up a little bit too, you know, feel free. Going. We have our G. Intro again. So we got our G, G, and then right after that third verse chorus, and then from there, then we go into kind of a third verse tag after that third verse chorus and the intro return, where we go back to the E flat, B flat, and then our F hit, and then back to our G. From there, then we go into our outro solo. So we have our C, B flat, and then we go to G and we stay there. Now, if you're kind we're kind of working around something called a G minor pentatonic scale. And what that means is if you took the G note on the low E string, it's kind of 5 notes that kind of make up this scale. We'd be playing 3rd fret on the low E for a G, 6th fret on the low E for a B flat, 3rd fret on the A for a C, 5th fret on the A for a D, and then 3rd fret on the D for an F, and then 5th fret on the D for a G note. It's kind of starting over. So you'd have G, B flat, C, D, F. It's kind of the 5 notes, penta, meaning 5 of the scale. And then we have 5th fret on the D for the G, and then 3rd on the G for a B flat, 5th on the G for a C, 3rd on the B for a D note, 6th fret on the B for for an F, and then 3rd fret on the high E for a G, and then 8th fret on the high E for a B flat note. So that would kind of be a really cool scale to work. And actually on my other channel, Munson Jam Tracks, I have a video kind of working some blues and practicing just that scale. So you might kind of check out that if you're kind of interested. But you can do hammer-on licks, for instance, pull-off licks. Slides are a cool lick idea. Pull-offs, hammer-on pull-offs, pull-off hammer-ons. So you could kind of mix it up a little bit too. And what can be kind of cool is to hit the chord and then try a lick. If you don't have the recording, especially like right in front of you, it might be kind of a cool way to kind of practice some licks actually without having to pull up the recording. Although that's very cool too, and then that way you can kind of try and hear some licks and try and match them too. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Waiting for a Long Time by the Highwaymen. So good luck!